Hello and welcome back to Gingerman. I've been away for a while, had a little bit of a rest, but now I'm back out filming and it's officially summertime. I've got my shorts on, there we go, happy days. So you know, it's middle of the day, I can film whenever I want, so I decided to come to Mid Calder today because I'm after the set. It's like Monopoly. Mid Calder, East Calder, West Calder, then you can start building houses and hotels and charging everyone rent. Anyway, all of that aside, Mid Calder, show me what you've got. Peace.
I'll turn on the camera, test my microphone, I'm firing up the podcast, sound waves coming to your home. Gingerman is here to make your day. Gingermanwithacam would like to hear you say today.
Because the burning ball of fire is out, it was hard to find parking, so I ended up down some side street. Sorry if I've stole your parking space. This is a nice start. Nice couple of benches. Nice flower bed. I think this is like the main high street bit of West Calder. There's the Black Bull. Lovely. Oh, there's a bull over there. We've got to go check out the bull. I think there's an importance of bulls around here. I don't know what it is about bulls they love so much, but we'll find out. And I don't know much about this area. All I know is it's next to East Calder, and it's got lots of bulls. So that's what today's about. We're here to learn. Now let's check out this bull. Mick. I like it, it's real cool. Really impressive actually, and it really stands out as you come past. This is art done right, I would say. Good art. Oh look, there's a wheel trim down there. Oh look, there's parking here. Anyway, what's this? Green bank. I'm on it. Look, woodland walk and everything. Brilliant. Yes. It's good to be back out, and I can announce that on episode 220 will be Walk the Ocals. That has been confirmed. I should be filming it within the next week, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It's going to be exciting. Oh well, there was me thinking this was a beautiful, lovely woodland walk, and it's actually someone's very elaborate and very beautiful driveway to their house. Anyway, we'll just go back out into the high street. I was in East Calder a couple of months ago and I discovered the big massive country park that right now I can't remember what it's called. I think it's got the word almond bell in it. Bell and almond, something bell almond. There's a lot of almond around here because of the river almond. Right, we're back out on the main road. The wee shop across the road shut for lunch. Back at 2:15. What time's it now? Check the time. 15 minutes, I'll catch it on the way back. The Fork and Field. Nice. Looks lovely. And then just ahead is just ahead. There's a lodge, St John number 272, so I think it's still a social club. It is, there you go, there's a lodge. The Almondale in Calderwood Country Park. It's Almondale, not Almond Bell. I was close, I was real close. It has been 2 months. I'm here now. I'd done East Calder. Where's East Calder on this? East Calder's there, so I think we've done all this bit. So now I'm over here and we want to check this bit out here. Right, let's just dive in. I'm excited. I'm just putting it out there, but the Calders have got to be one of the most underrated places in central Scotland, because I've only been here now twice to this area, and I mean, it's just like, it gives you so much. There's so much history, there's so much natural beauty. There's way more parks than you'd imagine for this part of Scotland, but you know, it's there. This way takes me to the Almondale Visitor Centre, which I know is in East Calder, and I've done that, so I need to go this way. Calderwood Oak Bank. That's a nice bridge. This is just going over the little burn that feeds into the almond. It's looking awfully dry right now, but we're going for a nice spell of the weather. The last of the bluebells are there, and as the bluebells disappear, we know that summer's here. And I love watching it. I love watching, you know, the snowdrops, the daffodils, the bluebells, the cherry blossoms, all of what spring brings. All different colours, all kind of one step closer to what everyone wants, which is the summer weather, the long days. The sun's so warm, it's so nice. It's not overly warm, you know, there's a coolness to it today. It's not as humid as it's been, hence why I've got the sleeves on. Oh boy. I feel like, I don't know, anyone else living in Scotland, that felt like a really long winter there. It was just really long and dark and cold. Like, it wasn't the wettest, coldest, horriblest winter we've had, but it was certainly long and grey and dark. What's this? A nice sign. Welcome to Calderwood, one of West Lothian's best kept secrets. I agree! This is a great secret. The park, owned and managed by West Lothian Council, was designated a site of special scientific interest by Scottish Natural Heritage in 1988, that's when I was born, for its mix of ancient woodland, grassland, wetland. There we go. It's a delight through the year. Spring, the first signs of spring to appear is the yellow dangling hazel catkin and fresh green birch leaves. Enjoy the flourishing spring wildflowers such as wood, anemones in the open areas, which tell us that Calderwood was once a densely wooded area. Summer, the sweet scent of honeysuckle fills the air, while bedstraw, bluebells, harebells, stitchwort, there's a lot here, tormental, I'm just saying words that don't mean anything to me. Anyway, it goes through all the seasons. I like that. It's almost as if that sign read my mind, or if I read that sign's mind, because I was just talking about the changing seasons, and that sign's got a whole bit about it. But my mouth's a little bit dry and I don't want to read the whole sign, if I'm going to be honest with you right now. Because the shop was shut for lunch. And then, you know me, I just like to march on into a woodland walk. And this is quite like, the sign said it densely populated, you can tell, because I feel like I could be in the middle of nowhere right now. I feel like I'm in the middle of nowhere. The bluebells are my favourite. I just think it's such a unique shade of blue. It really is. Almost purple, just not quite. Have a wee seat in the grass, have a shade, have a shade. Who's this? This is nice, and I'm going to get the drone up because it's nice and open here. And you know what? It's a beautiful day. Let's do it. Well, I tried to fly my drone, but it turns out we're in a no-fly zone because there's an international airport just over there and it's a flying route. There's loads of big planes going over. So my drone just said, no, nah, can't do it. There's a plane there. And I could probably fly my drone as high as that right now, so I could see the danger. The Birch Trail, 1.5 hours. I can hear a chicken and I can hear running water, both of which I need. I need food and I need water. I'm somewhere in the middle of this Mid Calder trail, this dense trail, wondering if I should start heading back into old Mid Calder or just keep wandering through the trail until I can no longer walk anymore. It's very, you know, Shire-esque, like where all the hobbits are living, over in that field, over that area. That's all hobbit land. And whilst we have this beautiful moment, I just want to thank my patron legends for always being there for me. Here's your names coming down the screen, just like that, all the way down. Thanks guys, yous are great. So for my patrons, I've got more extended episodes coming out very soon. Just keep your eyes peeled for them, and if you want to join, please find the link at the bottom of the episode in the description. I think that's what I was meant to say. Aha! There is the 2:57 Dublin to Edinburgh EasyJet. Just landing now. I swear, it's amazing how like quickly you can go from complete solitude and silence through those trees, over that bridge, and then instantly return back to normality and the chaos of civilization, I guess, and the noise of cars just comes at you so quickly. Bit of a hill here at the end, and you think my legs would be in good working order after Sinbad Hill, or Seamad, or Seaman, or Cnab. I think it's Cnab. But aye, nah, I'm still gassing. Right, where's that shop? So that's East Calder that way, but we're going back into Mid Calder. Oh, hallelujah. Say I'm thirsty, boy. Got some smart water. Now, talking of quenching your thirst, I'm back at the Black Bull. In every town then or tavern has a long history, often as old as the origin hamlet itself. The Black Bull has existed in Mid Calder since 1749 and is considered the oldest pub in the locality. It goes on to say that the origin of the name has been lost in history and time, but it's something to do with the town's rural past. Something to do with sheep and bulls and cows and farming, I guess. But there you go, the Black Bull of Mid Calder. Cheers. This is what we're after, the Kirk of Calder. Let's check it out. There's the pie and sausage shop. I like both pies and sausages, so I'm all about it. It's real nice feel around here. Really nice place. I will go on the old telephone, mobile phone, and get a little bit more information from Wikipedia, but right now we're just living in the Mid Calder moment. There's Glen Almond Hall. Lots of wonderful things happen there, I bet. Oh wow, it's a beauty. And on the other side we've got the graveyard, so you got to cross this dangerous road to go to the other side. Today, look at that, the gate. The gate to the cemetery is also the monument for the war heroes. That's classy. This pre-Reformation church was built in 1541 on the site of a 12th century church, enlarged and restored in 1863, open to the public on Sunday afternoons throughout the summer months, with guidebook available. Restored by the congregation. I think this is more of a tourist attraction now. This is lovely. The Kirk of Calder. There you go. It's a historic attraction. 3-star. I'll give it 4. And some places you just walk around and you feel the ancient history just kind of bubbling up through the buildings and the ground, and whatever is there, and this area seems to have it, especially around this old kirk here and all these old graves. It's pretty spooky. I'm going to move from here because there's big beasties everywhere flying around. Pterodactyls, battering them with my water bottle. Oh man, that was horrible. Whew. Nice place, but just probably best come in the off season when all the flies are sleeping, indeed. It's an absolute cracker of a building. Usually the churches are quite dainty and detailed. This is quite chunky and large and brutish almost. But I like it because the closer you look, the more you see the little design features all over it. Right, I think that way takes me out of Mid Calder, and this way takes me back into Mid Calder, I think. I'm guessing. I don't know this area very well, as you can tell. Right, I'm back where I left the car. Now, when I drove here, I came in from this direction that I'm pointing in. It means nothing to you, but what it means to me is it's a big long road, and then there's another part of Mid Calder, I think. It said Mid Calder. But I kept driving along to this bit to see the Black Bull. That's because that's where I wanted to start. So I'm going to nip back to my car and just drive along to the other side of Mid Calder, and we'll wrap up today and we'll see what's there. And we'll find out more information on this place using the telephone. I swear there's nothing worse than getting in a roasting hot car. Oh dear. Back out the sweatbox of a car. I had a wee drive around, and I've added some beautiful music that you've just seen so you can get an idea of the size and scale of Mid Calder. It's bigger than what I thought, and it almost completely joins up with Livingston. So in one century of Mid Calder, it's a nice sleepy old historic village, and then boom, you're into the new town of Livingston. But we'll get to Livingston, because actually Livingston was the first place I lived in my life. The first 11 months of my life. I don't remember it much. And I don't have a warmth to Livingston. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. But I'm sure I'll eventually get there because it is the largest town in West Lothian. There you go. Now, from where I was earlier with the car, I feel like that was like the historic part, that's that direction, of Mid Calder. I think when they built Livingston, when they started building all the new towns, like Glenrothes and Fife, they built all these new houses because it kind of feels separate from the other part of Mid Calder. But if you're from this area, let me know. Right, let's have a wee walk along here and conclude today's sunny episode. More woodland. There's a lot of woodland around this area, and you can't go wrong with woodland. There we go. The raw strip. This is the raw strip. What does that mean? The woodland is now looked after by the Mid Calder Woodland Support Group. The woodland has been cared for and maintained as a wildlife haven and a landscape feature for the benefit of the community. Amen. Calderwood, that way. We're not interested in Calderwood. Deadridge, one day. Let's just have a wee wander through here and finish off our day. It's a bit random, eh? It's two random words put together, raw and strip. But this is what you get. It's actually really cold in here, I like it. This place really is a haven of woodland walks. Take your pick. Right, I found a path. I feel like this path takes me to Livingston. I'll just follow it along a wee bit. I was just getting some information on Mid Calder there on my phone when I came across this path. As I suspected, there's a bridge. Is that a bridge that goes right over the road? Let's have a wee look. That's another thing, I didn't realise Mid Calder was basically just conjoined to Livingston like this. Right, we didn't go into Livingston right now, but we'll have a wee look at this bridge. It is. It's the bridge to Livingston. Oh, that's the Lizzie Bryce roundabout. So that must be Deadridge in there. So there you go. All my older sisters, they must potentially grew up just over there. I must ask my mum tonight. Eat the rich. We can see the ultras have left their mark here. The classic sign of the local utes. Right, anyway, I don't know which way to go. All the signs have been destroyed here. I'll be those pesky kids from Livingston coming to destroy the beautifulness of Mid Calder. I'm only joking. There's mischievous youths everywhere. I've seen all the graffiti you could imagine. Some good, some bad. Mostly penises. I think this is just like a little mini suburban woodland walk here. But I like it because it's really accessible for those who can't go hiking through the... What am I trying to say here? You know what I'm trying to say. It's good for those who aren't so good on their feet and can't walk very far. This is a beautiful little walk because you get that sense of nature. It's pathed. Aye, this is great. For centuries, a large part of the economy of Scottish Islands revolved around breeding and trading of Highland cattle. They were moved along drove roads from all parts of the country, including some of the islands, to trysts or markets held in Crieff and Falkirk. I've not been to either of them yet. Most of the cattle would have been driven south to feed consumers in England, and by driven means shuffled along because they didn't have cars. Several of the drove routes used to come together at Mid Calder. See, this is where Mid Calder comes in. Huge herds of cattle would come across 4 bridges over the River Almond before crossing the Pentland Hills to West Linton. The peak year was 1840, now wait for this, when some 150,000 cattle passed through the area over the 3 months from August to October. There you go. So if you ever are in a pub quiz and that comes up, there's the answer. 150,000 cattle came through Mid Calder in 1840. The biggest year, the biggest cattle drive, the biggest cattle herding Scotland and Britain had ever seen. You know, maybe I am exaggerating at the end there, but I just think you've got to add a little bit of spice to your history. This could be the smallest woodlands in the world, right? But see, when you first come somewhere, it seems endless and you feel like you're lost all the time. You're not lost. You're just in the moment having fun. Nice wee shady dark bit. I don't want to go back into my car. It's too hot and sweaty. This is delightful. Some woodland ruins in Mid Calder. It is too. It's some sort of building. Oh, I wonder what it was. Just now I can't stop thinking of all the sheep that have come through here. Lizzie Bryce's strip that way. Lizzie Bryce's strip. There's a raw strip. There's a lot of stripping happening here. There we go, Deadridge, Almond Vale. In the 17th century, it says here, Mid Calder was the site of several witch hunts, including the torture and death by burning of several alleged witches at Cooniger Hill in Mid Calder, known today as the Witches' Knowe. That terrifies me, that people used to burn people because they thought they were witches. It's mad. I mean, my ginger beard, would that have been seen as witchcraft? I'm a man, I don't know if I could be a witch. Would I have got burnt for being a wizard? Who knows? There just seems to be lovely little perfect paths to walk along. I don't know where I am anymore. I don't know where I've left my car, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Look, see? Here's another one. Here's another woodland walk. What is this? Somers Park. Let's go into Somers Park. This is like woodland walk bingo now. And I have got many variations of the game of bingo throughout my episodes. But today this is woodland walk bingo. Try to catch them all. Or maybe it's woodland walk Pokemon. Right, listen to this. As I keep scrolling down on Wikipedia, I keep learning more beautiful facts. This is definitely pub knowledge trivia here. In 2005, not that long ago, Mid Calder was subjected to unwanted publicity when it became the first place in Britain to issue an ASBO and a village-wide crackdown on the antisocial behaviour of drunken teenagers. There you go. First place in Britain. It also says here on the thing that Mid Calder's current prosperity is helped by being so close to Livingston. I guess it's a big working area. There's lots of work in Livingston basically. So it creates capital, it creates wealth, it creates a local economy, and people can spend and have nice things and cars and beautiful houses and gardens. And that's how economy works basically. So I mean, I really like it round here. If I was to work in Livingston, I reckon I'd be staying in Mid Calder. Now you go for a woodland path and then you come out at a different location in Mid Calder, and it tends to be in some sort of housing scheme. Let's go this way. This looks about right. I was reading some more interesting information about the area. See, it's a treasure chest of history. When the railway came to West Lothian in 1848, when Lord Torfakin declared that it should not come near Calder House, as a result, Mid Calder was served by a station at Kirknewton, 3 miles away, which was called Mid Calder until 1982. Was Kirknewton called Mid Calder, or was the train station called Mid Calder? That's what I want to know. It didn't make it clear. But again, very, very interesting. And then it goes on to talk about obviously the importance of the railway, the roads, everything, the links to Livingston, Glasgow, Edinburgh. We're right bang in the middle of Scotland. So this place really is in that perfect location. And not only that, it's surrounded by woodlands, like beautiful, stunning woodland walks. Aye, this is an absolutely stunning place. Before I came here today, I didn't know how stunning and beautiful it was. And aye, that's it. That's the end of it. My car's just up here, I found it. So aye, thanks for having me today, Mid Calder. It's been amazing. That's me done east and mid. I've only got west to do now. So aye, I'll see you soon. Peace.